Today we are making ribs in the slow cooker, and I know what you're thinking. Ribs are for the grill. Not so much. Ribs need low, slow heat and moisture, which screams slow cooker. So I'm gonna show you how to make them easy peasy in the slow cooker, succulent, fall off the bone ribs. The fibers just melt apart. We are gonna start with baby back ribs. These are pork ribs. It's on the shorter side of the spine. The opposite side of the spine is a spare rib. These are shorter. They're a couple inches long, about 4 inches long. Some come with a membrane along the back of them. These don't have it, but if yours does, use a small paring knife. Just weasel it in underneath there, and it should easily all peel off in one easy motion. We are gonna do a dry rub on these before we add the barbecue sauce, so let's put that together. We've got 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. That molasses flavor is going to bleed through to all of the ribs. It tastes amazing. Next, we're gonna do 1/4 cup of paprika. I know that sounds like a lot, but when you're making 6 pounds of ribs, it's actually not that much. If you're really worried about it, dial it down a bit. Next comes the chili powder. Again, you can do an ancho chili powder, a chipotle chili powder, or regular. Dial it back if you don't like the heat. Add more if you want to have a little bit of sweat on your nose. Ground black pepper and coarse kosher salt, teaspoon of each of those, and 1 tablespoon each of onion powder and garlic powder. Mine's stuck in the bowl. Let's get those out there. Okay. Mix it together. Easy peasy, quick mix. And then we are going to rub it into our ribs. I only have about 3 pounds of ribs here today. I know you're thinking it's not 6 pounds of ribs. It is 3 pounds of ribs because I already cooked the other half for you guys, so we don't have to sit here and literally watch a slow cooker cook all day long. All mixed up, I'm just gonna season these on here. Be generous with it, don't be stingy. You want all of the flavor you can possibly get on your ribs. You can do both sides, but really the top is where the majority of the meat is that you're going to be eating. So that is the most important side. You're ready to go. Go ahead and transfer them into the slow cooker. You can layer them on top of each other. They do not need to be in a single layer. Ribs have to have a sauce. It's gonna help keep them moist and tender through the cooking process. We are gonna use a base of barbecue sauce. If you want spicy barbecue sauce, go for it. I'm using a honey base because my kids like sweet stuff, like all children do, right? We're gonna use 2 cups of barbecue sauce and 1 cup of our secret special ingredient, and that is apricot preserves. These are gonna give us a nice, sweet touch, sticky, sweet touch to our ribs. About a cup of those. Blend this together the best you can. Apricot preserves are a little bit hard to mix, I get it. You can use peach preserves too if you prefer. Stir them together the best you can. And then spoon about half of your sauce over the ribs in the slow cooker. They don't need to be evenly covered. It'll move around as it cooks. And the other half we're going to use after they come out of the slow cooker to finish them off in the oven. We're gonna set this for 3 hours on high or for 7 hours on low, and you are going to have tender fall off the bone ribs. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, our ribs have been cooking low and slow. I can smell them. They smell amazing. We are going to do the last step, which is finishing them off under the broiler. It will caramelize the barbecue sauce and the apricot preserves so that you have a super sticky sweet rib, because that's the best part of eating them, right? Getting a little dirty. Before we do this, I'm going to use our broiler pan, and what I've done is covered it in aluminum foil to make for easy cleanup, because after this sugary concoction gets baked on there, it is going to be a pain to clean. Use a small paring knife, or just a regular knife, doesn't really need to be a paring knife, and cut slits in so that the extra juices can sink in so it won't be pooled on top. Functions just like a broiler pan, but way easier to clean up. We're gonna take our ribs out of the slow cooker. Go. Oh, yummy, 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 yummy. See how that sauce has just caramelized on the top of it here? We're gonna sauce it up a little bit more so that it's really super saucy. This is our reserved barbecue sauce with apricot preserves. You can use just the sauce if your apricot preserves were a little bit more on the watery side, but if it's super gloppy, add a little bit of the juice from your ribs to it so that you can easily baste the sauce onto your ribs. At this point, you'll also want to preheat your broiler, and that's how we're gonna get our nice char. Little bit of close range heat. Give them a nice, healthy slathering. Don't be shy here. Make sure that they are good and wet. So we're gonna put these under the broiler for 5 to 6 minutes. Every broiler is different. Make sure you keep a close eye on them because you also don't want them to catch on fire. Sticky and sweet. I can see how the sauce has caramelized on the top of them. They are going to be amazing. Let's go ahead and get them all plated up. Let them rest for a little while like you would with any other meat. Probably just about 5 to 6 minutes should be perfect. We can go ahead and plate them and then serve them. So foodie friends, I think I am going to eat these off camera because they're gonna be a little messy, just the way I like it. But from my kitchen to yours, have a great day.